give you a quick look as to an upcoming project I'm going to be doing. What I have here is a 134A refrigerant cylinder. It's empty. As you can see, it has a big cut in it here. What I ended up doing was stopping by a propane cylinder sales office and explained to them what I wanted to do, which is to build a small forge. And after speaking with the gentleman, we walked out into the yard. I showed him approximately what I wanted, and in his junk pile, so to speak, he pulled this one out and gave it to me. So this is going to be outside casing of my forge. You can see here, this is a split 1 30-inch belt that fits perfectly around this 134A air conditioning tank. And what I'm going to do is just get a marker here and trace the bottom edge all the way around so I have a reference line. Remove this. Make a mark on the tank. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark just a reference so I can see where this thing is supposed to line up when it gets hinged and put back together. Okay guys, this is the setup I got to get this thing cut. I'm going to put my respirator on, start using the die grinder, so you may want to turn your volume down. I'm going to go ahead and put on my protective eyewear, some gloves, and some earmuffs to protect my hearing, and we'll get this thing cut. So we'll continue this on until I have it cut, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay guys, this is what we got. Just got it cut. Here we have it. I'm going to have to cut me a nice 4-inch hole and get rid of this valve here. And you know, we'll have the main body and then the opening for the working. You can see I have the top section here, and what we're going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and cut out a 4-inch hole for the main entrance into the forge. That actually worked out pretty well. As you can see, my square 4-inch by 4-inch came out well, and I didn't have to deal with this end. I'm going to go ahead and start making the legs. I'm going to go ahead and put on some hearing protection. I'll put on the little breather. We're going to go ahead and cut some legs here. So turn down your volume. Here we go. keep this a slight bend bias, but we'll be okay. Do the same thing on this side. There we have it, 2 pair of legs, front and back. So we'll go over to the forge body, mark some holes, get those drilled out, and then we'll get. And then we'll do the back. To be honest, I'm not sure which way the legs went, but I'm sure we could figure it out. Okay, we're going to put a lock washer on. Nut. There you have it. There's the legs. I'm going to come up here now and I'm going to drill my 3/4 inch hole for my tuyere, and then we'll start. I actually still have to come and weld this, so maybe I'll get to welding this and then we'll cut the hole. So let me get this. There we go. Not the prettiest technique in the world, but we got it done. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty hot. Have some gloves on. I'm going to go ahead and give this a try, and we just have to expand it slightly, so see how she works out. Actually, that flared out pretty well. Give it another go here. Okay, as you can see, the end here flared pretty well, so that should be holding our flame pretty well inside the forge. So we'll go on to the next step, which is going to be cut this 14 inches in length, and then we'll start boring our air holes, and then we're going to go ahead and tap 3 screws, wing nut screws, to hold our venturi in there. Alright, as you can see, there's the 4 holes drilled all the way through the pipe. 3/8. First hole started 1 inch from the edge, and then every 3/4 of an inch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill 3 holes in this area here, about at the 1/2 inch mark, to get them ready to tap for some thumb screws to hold my nozzle in place. And once I have that, I'll start working on the nozzle. Alright, as you can see, here's a pre-drilled hole. We're going to go ahead and tap it. They tap fairly easy. Once I start getting it to bite, we'll add a little bit of oil for the cutting process. Run it all the way down. Go ahead and bring it back up. Okay, so here we have it. It's all drilled, tapped, and flared. And here's going to be the section of copper tubing I'm going to use. What I did is I went ahead and already drilled a number 57 hole in the center. I'm not sure if you could see that or not, but I already done that. So all I have to do is braze this. I'm going to cut it 6-8 inches, not sure yet. Once I get that cut, I have assembled a ball valve here. There you have it. So now, as you can see on the end of the ball valve, I had a threaded end for 1/2 inch, and then I have a end here that'll accept the 1/2 inch copper tubing. This is used before it's been sweated, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleanup on it. And once it's cleaned up, I'll go ahead and sweat this on as well as this cap. Let's give it a shot. Okay, YouTube, as you can see, I went ahead and just finished soldering the joints here and assembling the burner. Just put some dope, some Teflon tape in the ball valve, 3 set screws to hold the nozzle. Here's my air holes, and as you can see, just blocking the air holes, I can really change the output of the flame. There's a flame. Seems to be burning fairly well. It's holding the flame pretty good. And we'll take a look over here, see if I can focus in on this. So you can take a look at this. I'm running at about 5 psi right now. Getting a little low on propane. I'm under 50 pounds, probably 40, 30 pounds, something like that. But there you have it. There's our 2-year. Oh, what I ended up doing also, to give me a little more adjustments, I added 2 more holes on both sides. So I increased it from 4 to 6 on each side. But there you have. Okay, everyone, as you can see, what I did is I just went ahead and set in the 2-year just to kind of see what I have to do now. I need to find a piece of metal that's going to act as a collar to hold this in place here. I could use something as simple as a plumber's clamp, something like that, but I'll see if I can find something a little bit nicer and then maybe use some thumb screws or something to that effect. The chamber's done. We are working on developing a hinge system so we can access the KO wool, the fire brick, whatever, when repairs are needed. So we'll get going with that, and she should be up and running here soon. Okay, as you can see, I went ahead and hinged up the outside lid. The 2 gears in place. I also made a nut to secure the height adjustment in and outside of the forge body itself. All we have left basically to do now is to line it up with some KO wool, install the brick, and paint it. I'll probably paint it later down the road. I just want to get this thing lined out, and up and running to see what adjustments that need to be made. You can see inside the forge there, just there, I got the fire brick in place. I got 2 layers of insulation all the way around, and then just at the front cover I have only 1. It actually extends out past the edge of the forge body itself to help create this seal. So even if this is loose, it's still going to seal. Okay, this is running at 5 pounds right now to get you a look at the throat of this thing. What I have left now is to possibly use some refractory cement and coat the KO wool, and then just paint it, and it's ready to be in service. So thanks for watching, and as always, leave comments, tips, suggestions, and if you're not already a subscriber, feel free to subscribe if you like what you see. Thanks for watching. Oh, also, I almost forgot. I wanted to send a shout out to Evan. He knows who he is. He actually helped me a great deal answering a lot of my questions in constructing this forge. So Evan, thank you so much. I'm up and running. Looks outstanding. Seems to be pretty consistent, so I'm ready to get some knives done. Thanks again.